There was a trailer. There was a trailer which was in which Troughton, at the end of what's the preceding story?
The Ice Warriors?
Enemy of the World.
Is it Enemy of the World?
It's Enemy of the World. Yeah.
Right.
Salamander
it's at the end
confrontation.
I think it was broadcast after the last episode of Enemy of the World. Do you not? You don't know this?
No, I do.
You're in the underground, and Troughton sort of comes into the shot and talks directly to you through the camera, and he basically says, "Next week, we're visiting. We're going to meet some old friends, or I should say, old enemies now." And he's basically saying how frightening he's saying it's going to be an unusually frightening episode next week, or an unusually frightening story, and he was right. But he's basically reassuring us, the kids, that everything's going to be all right. But it's brilliant. It's a rare example. I mean, I don't know whether he's ad-libbing or what, or working to a script, but it
was a good
brilliant.
episode to have remaining before we got the rest of it back. Episode 1 was probably one of my favorite. The opening 5 minutes set in the museum, it was just, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. The way
incredibly moody, atmospheric, and they totally succeed in demonstrating the utterly unrealistic and silly transmutation of the face of the snowman, but it totally works. You don't question it. You just go, "Oh yeah, now they're really terrifying." Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're only slightly fuzzy.
Only slightly fuzzy. When they found the other episodes, when I watched them, it's episode 4 is my favorite. It's got that fantastic scene.
That unit fight, that chase sort of fight scene.
Covent Garden.
Not the fight. No. It's a scene in the sort of HQ with the doctor and the brigadier and not the brigadier, colonel, sorry, and a couple of other soldiers, and Troughton walks to camera. And he goes, and it's a big headshot of Troughton, and it's Douglas Camfield directing, isn't it? The camera's low, looking up at him, and he says something like a formless, shapeless intelligence. All I know is that it brought me here. And then the brigadier says something like, "I've been meaning to ask about that, Doctor. How did you get here?" And he says, and then Troughton, as an actor, just changes the mood to say, "Well, it's quite smugly to say, I don't suppose there's any harm in telling you now. Quite proudly, I have craft." and then he transitions straight into, what does it look like? And you're not going to like this, but I'm going to brazen it out. Police box. And then when the colonel says, "Well, can he get us out of here?" He's suddenly concerned. It's a great scene. It's brilliantly acted by Troughton and the others. It's brilliantly filmed by Camfield, and you've got this kind of heartbeat sound effect going on in the background. So you get this huge sense of, because of the close-up as well, this huge sense of claustrophobia and mounting tension. Because they've just been talking about who's suspicious. There's the thing about, well, so and so's gone AWOL. He might be working for the intelligence, or well, what about the Chorley? Is it Chorley, the journalist? He might be. I'd have thought he's a better bet. So you've got this. They're sort of dishing out the paranoia left, right, and centre. And in the middle of it all, you've got the doctor. You've got the doctor, sort of, as I say, low camera, so it makes him look bigger than normal. It makes him look sort of,
majestic.
I don't know, perceptive and penetratingly intelligent, as he's breaking it down on the spot. But one of my favourite moments in classic Doctor Who.
Cool.
I'll go watch that.
Oh, you might.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna watch that differently now.
Yeah.
One scene, just watch it. It's perfect. It's a combination of all those things. The writing, the playing, the filming, everything is just, and you go, yes, this is how good Doctor Who can be. any episodic television over a number of years has got to have rubbish episodes. It's got to. You couldn't not have duff episodes. But my word, when it works, there's nothing to match it.
If you enjoyed what you heard in this clip from the Sirens of Audio podcast, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you never miss out on another episode from us. And if you want to find out more about us, including our back catalogue of episodes, you can head over to sirensofaudio.com.